Good morning, students. My name is Leo Berlin. Okay, in this video, we are going to discuss the previous year analysis for economic section. Okay, so before jumping into the previous year analysis, we will see first and foremost is the exam pattern. Okay, I think most of the guys knows about the NABARD exam pattern. Okay, it consists of phase 1, phase 2, as well as phase 3 is interview. Okay, so for phase 1 and phase 2, NABARD has given a clear-cut syllabus for what to study and what not to study. Okay, so in this, I am going to discuss about the ESI paper. Okay, in this ESI paper has been bifurcated into two parts. Okay, one is economy and the other part is social issues. Okay, in this video, we are going to concentrate on this particular economic section alone. Okay, social issue part will be taken on next session. Okay, so there are for phase 1. There are 40 questions asked in this particular sector. Okay, particular segment ESI. Okay, so in this ESI, from this economic part, around 10 plus questions has been asked in each and every year. Okay, so that means around 25% of marks has been given to this particular economic part. Okay, so most of the questions will be on static, or else mostly questions will be on dynamic part. Okay, we can't predict, we can say that always these 10 questions will be on static mode, or we can say or else we can't say that the two in dynamic mode. Okay, so we need to be ready for all the unpredictable questions. Okay, so we will jump into the previous year analysis. Okay, so first and foremost is you need to do, always I have believed that hard work alone doesn't give the success for any persons. Okay, as well as smart work alone does not give us success for to clear any examination. Okay, there need to be a segregation. Okay, always I have believed that 50-50%. Okay, has given the success for most of the candidate who cleared the regulatory body examination. Okay, hard work means is nothing but I'm not saying about to sit and study for 12 hours or 13 hours or 14 hours. Okay, hard work I'm saying about it's a consistency. I'm saying about consistency. Okay, suppose you are making a plan for 10 days. Okay, so you are going to sit and study for 6 hours per day. Okay, so you need to sit and study for 6 hours for regularly 10 days. Okay, you need not take any breaks. Okay, that consistency is called as hard work. Okay, this smart work is in the 6 hours what you are going to study. Either you are going to study the all the source. Okay, like you need to fix with one source. Okay, if you are joined in C4S platforms and about course means just fix to C4S platforms course materials only. Okay, because it's not about reading lot of course materials. Okay, it's about revising the course materials. Okay, if you read one or two or three more course materials, you can't revise at all. Okay, this regulatory body exam consists of only revising. Okay, the clearing mantra is first you need to study, then you need to revise that portion. Okay, multiple times you need to revise. Okay, this is the two basic mantra. Okay, to clear the overall regulatory body examination, there is a third mantra called recollect. Okay, recollect is the foremost primary like important mantra. Okay, so if you can't recollect any points before revising time itself, it's going to be a difficult to recollect in examination time. Okay, because we are having so much pressure on examination time. Okay, so you need to have a awareness about this particular mantra called recollect mantra. Okay, so you need to study very while studying you need to do hard work plus smart work. After studying you need to do the revising multiple times. Okay, so after revising you need to recollect the points what you have studied. Okay, so these are the three mantras you should follow while you are studying for this particular regulatory body examinations. Okay, so now we'll jump into the previous year analysis. Okay, so there are three question races. First, what to study for NABARD examination for economic segment, what to study, and second part question raises is where to study. Okay, third part raises is how to study. Okay, so first we'll solve this particular question. Okay, what to study. Okay, because NABARD has clearly said about this what to study. Okay, by giving the economic syllabus itself. Okay, so first and foremost is the nature of Indian economy, structural and institutional features and economic underdevelopment. Okay, so here we need to study the various segments in Indian economy, okay? So agriculture, primary sector, tertiary sector, as well as service sectors, okay? So most of the time, the questions will be asked from this basic nature of Indian economy, okay? The closed economy as well as open economy questions has been asked, okay? As well as most of the time, this particular economic underdevelopment topic also taken for framing the examination pattern, sorry, framing the questions, okay? So in this particular underdevelopment, you can see the predominance of primary sectors, low per capita incomes, okay, then unemployment, as well as the low savings as well as capital formation can be asked in this segment, economic underdevelopment, okay. So this concept videos as well as concept videos has been uploaded in C4S NABARD platform, okay. So please join in this particular C4S platform to use this particular concept PDFs, okay. Then after covering part A of economic, there is a part B, okay, opening up of Indian economy as well as globalization and economic reforms in India as well as privatization. It talks about the liberalization, LPG reforms, okay. LPG reforms has been taken, okay. Always the globalization question will be there in NABARD examinations, okay, in grade A examinations, okay. Either this globalization can be asked in phase 1 or in phase 2. Most of the time this globalization question asked in phase 2 descriptive questions, okay. Descriptive questions, okay. So out of last 4 years, 2 times the globalization question has been asked, okay. So the most important economic syllabus is comes here is, okay. Always if you take last 4 years previous year question paper, they didn't miss to ask about the inflation question, and they didn't miss about to ask about this particular poverty segment question paper and the population trends, okay. So these three topics are very much important, okay. So if you take the question paper from 2017 to 2022, the questions are very static, okay. You need to read the static papers, okay, static economic part, okay. The question asked like Phillips curves, they asked, and they asked about the absolute poverty, they asked, okay. So but this particular paper change has came after 2021, okay. So after 2021, the same questions asked in absolute poverty has been changed into from static to dynamic part, okay. So now the analytical based question has been asked, okay. So for example, I have given example, I will give an example. See, on 2021 question paper, there is a upper limit upper limit for CPI inflation has been given, okay. Upper limit for inflation, okay. So you must know that there is a inflation target is 4 plus or minus 2, okay. So the upper limit is 6%, okay. So most of the guys wrote 4%, okay. 4% is a static answer, but the question asked is upper limit, okay. So upper limit is 6%. Like this, the analytical way they are asking, okay. So you need to know the basic first. If you know this 4%, 4% plus or minus 2, you can answer easily the 6%, okay. So without basic, you can't answer this particular analytical based questions trend has been asking in last 4 years, okay. So before and all, they will ask the definition of the poverty, okay. Absolute poverty definition has been asked in 2018 question paper, okay. But now the trend has been changed, okay, from static to dynamic. Now they are asking the calorie intake has been asked in 2021, okay. And in last year question paper, there was a question from program for poverty elevation question has been asked, okay. So these are the if most important syllabus for economic syllabus, okay. So after covering this particular inflation, poverty and population, there is a agriculture part is come, okay. Agriculture part segment always there been a predominant focus, okay, because the NABARD syllabus itself said that economic and social issue focus on agriculture and rural sectors, okay. So in this sector, if you take the foremost um, questions, the first and primary question they asked is the growth rate of agriculture. Each and every year there is a different rate of growth rate will be happening, okay. So always NABARD will ask the growth rate, okay, like the past 5 years growth rate or last year's growth rate they will ask, okay. So you need to know, okay. So you need to know to write this particular analytical based questions, you need to know the basics, okay. So basics of agriculture characteristic, you know, then the institutional, non-institutional credit as well as in institutional credit, how the institutional credit is helping the farmers, okay. Most of the time they won't miss this particular question, Kisan credit card questions, okay, because they are given in syllabus itself, okay. See here, financial non-institutional as well as institutional agency in rural credit, okay. So institutional agency to take up from non-institutional to institutional agency, the main part is Kisan credit card only, okay. So always the Kisan credit card question will be there, okay. So before and all in 2019 or 2018, the question will be on direct, okay. Statement based questions won't be there, okay. So now the paper pattern has changed, okay, but still they are asking the questions from Kisan credit card. You must know that they didn't change the pattern, they changed the way of asking the question only. Okay, so before they asked when was the introduction of Kisan credit card has been introduced. Okay, that's a direct question. If you know, you can answer. If you doesn't know, you can't answer. Okay, but now the pattern has been tricky, little bit changed by asking in the statement based questions. Okay, there, so they will give like 3 to 4 statements and you need to choose the correct answer or non correct answers. Okay, non correct answers. Okay, so the pattern little bit changed, but the asking questions has not been changed. Still the questions asking from inflation has been changed, poverty has not been changed. Okay, so if we check before and all, the best example I can say is the underdevelopment questions. Okay, underdevelopment questions I discussed about the unemployment, underemployment, poverty. Okay, before and all they asked us the, if you see about the poverty line, they asked about the absolute poverty, but now they are asking the same absolute poverty calculation, but now they changed the pattern of asking questions to analytical by asking the calorie intake. That's alone. Okay, so you need to study the poverty segment static portion also. Okay, so then the industrial as well as industry and labor policy. Okay, if you take last year question paper, they asked this industrial policy. Okay, so the another important portion you need to cover. You can't go without covering this particular segment. Okay, MSME. Always there will be a question from MSME as well as priority sector lending. Okay, which is with respect to agriculture and farmers. Okay, always these are the most important focused area for NABARD ESI segments. Okay, so for this industrial segment paper, you need to cover on evolution of industrial policy. You need to cover, and the most important industrial policy of 1991 you need to cover. Okay, so then after covering this, the most important is privatization, disinvestment, how the disinvestments are done in public sector enterprises. Okay, then special economic zones. Okay, still now there is no question asked in special economic zone. The last time the special economic question asked in phase 2 of 2018 only they asked. Okay, so might be this year they can ask special economic zone. Okay, either it can be asked in static as well as they can ask in dynamic way. Okay, so after covering this rural banking as well as financial institution, there is a last part of economy section is globalization of economy, role of international funding institutions and IMF, World, WTO and regional economic cooperation. Okay, this last part of economy is very much important. Okay, if you take 2021 question paper, there is around 3 questions are from this particular segment. Okay, globalization of economy, and they asked about the regional economic cooperation. Okay, they asked the questions from ASEAN and SEO. Okay, what are the, who are the members? Okay, who are the members of ASEAN and who are the members of Shanghai Cooperation Organization? Okay, CSO. So they asked. Okay, so this is the syllabus which is given by NABARD. Okay, see. Wait, I will delete this. Okay, so these are the economic syllabus as given by NABARD. Okay, so you should know the syllabus first. Okay, so that only you can cover the, if you're reading a current affairs, you can't read the current, you can't buy out the current affairs simply. Okay, because you should know first and foremost how this current affairs is going to helpful in my NABARD examination. You should know. Okay, always if you read a current affairs, you should know where this current affairs can be fitted in the NABARD syllabus. Okay, so suppose if you are reading about National Commission on Population, so directly you should know this particular report can be combined with this particular topic, population trends. Okay, so National Commission on, Commission on Population current affairs, if you study, it means this particular topic can be related to population trends. Okay, so if you cover like this only, your time will be consumed. Okay, now this is called a smart work. Okay, like interlinking the static portion as well as current affairs portions. Okay, so this is the way is called a smart work. Okay, don't read like always, don't by got monthly compilations. Okay, just correlate. Okay, within the monthly compilations itself you can correlate different points. Okay, so that you won't forget it. It will be so easy to revise. Okay, so always revise the syllabus, revise the monthly compilation by taking your own notes. Okay, if you read a monthly compilation of clarity, means after reading the January month or February month current affairs material, take sit a time, take arrange 2 to 3 hours and write your own notes. Okay, according to the economic syllabus portion, so that only you can remember the portion also, and how the pattern, how the Q&A current affairs has been there in January as well as February. Okay, so that you can correlate it, the static as well as current affairs part can be correlated. Okay, so always take handwritten notes. Okay, or type in your laptops. Okay, it's your flexibility. Okay, so now we have gone through what to study. Okay, now the second part is where to study. Where to study is nothing but first and foremost is the basic concept of economy you need to study. The basic concept of economy, like the always go through book is NCRT class 11th book. Okay, you should cover NCRT class 11th as well as class 12th book. This can be covered within 3 days. Okay, this can be covered within 3 days. Okay, so this is the first basic book. Okay, without covering this particular class 11th NCRT and class 12th NCRT, you cannot go through reading the current affairs. Okay, this tell about the basic fundamental concept of economics. Okay, then after covering this particular NCRT, try to cover our C for as clarities economic ESI PDFs. Okay, so this two is enough to go to write the NABARD's phase 1 examination as well as phase 2 examination. Only these two sources enough. Okay, one source is from NCRT, another source is from our clarities ESI PDFs. Okay, concept class PDFs. Okay, then now we have covered where to study and what to study. Okay, now comes how to study. How to study means first you need to build the conceptual clarity. Okay, you need to know after if you gone through the first chapter of class 11th means you need to know that this particular conceptual clarity need to be there. Okay, conceptual clarity need to be there. Okay, so that only you can build the strong fundamentals. Okay, so if he doesn't know the basic itself, after reading the current affairs he doesn't know how to implement this particular current affairs in static part. Okay, then you need to take notes. Before itself I told that you need to take handwritten notes. Okay, so you can take notes by making the mind map itself. It's one of the easiest way to remember all the important points. Okay, then linking of current affairs with static part is one of the main third part. Okay, how to study linking with current affairs. Okay, linking with current affairs. So these are the three parts you should remember. Okay, so this is the mantra to study the economic syllabus. Okay, so we have covered the where to study, what to study, where to study, and how to study. Okay, then we have covered this particular economic syllabus also. Now we will jump into the previous year question what they and all asked. Okay, so first and foremost is they asked us, see, in 2021 they asked the poverty questions. Okay, but this poverty question has been asked in the way of analytical based calorie intake has been asked. Okay, so if you take this poverty section, the same poverty question asked in national multinational poverty index. Okay, they asked in the way of report current affairs based question has been asked. Still they are not came out of poverty topic. Okay, still always this poverty unemployment topic will be there in all the year's question paper. Okay, so you cannot skip this particular topic, poverty and unemployment, underdevelopment topic. Okay, because underdevelopment topic is very much important for NABARD examinations. Okay, so the second question asked in 2021 phase 1 is export and import sectors. Okay, so balance of payment question has been asked. Okay, then third question asked in economic part is the inflation question. Okay, direct question, static question has been asked. Talk about the retail inflation indicator. Okay, so if you take this particular 2021 phase 1 question paper, the question asks is retail inflation indicator has been asked. But if you take 2021 2022 phase 1, the topic is same. That question has asked from inflation, but they are jumped to little much from static to dynamic part has been jumped because they asked the upper tolerance limit for CPI. Okay, then if you take the banking reforms is one of the most important topic for NABARD examinations. Okay, so on the time 2021 they asked about this particular current affairs question. PSB Bank Board Bureau has been so famous. Okay, given by Reserve Bank of India, and is 3 points. There are also public sector banks reform materials. Okay, so banking reforms. Okay, so you need to concentrate on underdevelopment topics, underdevelopment topic. Then you need to concentrate on inflation. Then you need to concentrate on banking reforms. These three topics you cannot miss. Okay, always there will be a question. If they didn't ask the question in phase 1, they will ask in phase 2. Okay, so you need to go through this banking reform thoroughly. Okay, most of the time try to cover the reforms has been said in regional rural bank as well as cooperative banks as well as primary agriculture PACs banks. Okay, then the question has been asked in 2021 is globalization. Okay, members of ASEAN has been asked. Okay, CSO member has been asked, and the NDB. Okay, NDB asked in statement based question. Okay, this NDB asked in, they asked about the president of NDBA. They given the name of the president and they said whether this statement is correct or wrong. And the second statement has given is the headquarters has been given. Okay, and the third statement, third and fourth are objectives of this particular NDB bank. Okay, so you need to know holistically about the NDB bank. Okay, the objectives of NDB bank, who is the president of on the particular year's NDB bank, as well as the headquarters of NDB bank. Okay, and they asked where is the headquarters for FAO also they asked. Okay, so this is the time the globalization question asked in phase 1. Okay, after this after the last time 2021 only globalization question asked, and 2022 paper there was no question, 2023 paper also there was no question, 2024 also there was no question. Okay, but in this 3 years globalization question asked in descriptive pattern. Okay, you should remember that. Still the topic has not changed, globalization topic has not changed. They are asking the topic, globalization topic is there. Okay, they didn't neglect the globalization topic, you should know. Okay, then the foremost thing is MSME you need to study. Okay, so microfinance sector they asked in amalgam committee they asked. Okay, so in 2022 question paper we discussed about the population. So the question directly about, they didn't ask about the population policy, they jumped into the population report. Okay, so in this population report the focus more on rural sector they asked. Okay, see the question paper, total population employed in agriculture sector they asked what is the percentage of total population. Then the second question asked is the percentage of rural population with total population. They specifically told NABARD is like, NABARD is a fixed paper. Okay, if you no need to go and study out of box. Okay, if you study the syllabus properly means you can clear the exam very easily. Okay, because NABARD won't go out of the syllabus and ask any question. Okay, so see, NABARD has clearly said that focus on agri and rural sector. See the question asked in population report. Okay, suppose a population report will be on the some source material concept video will be around 2 to 3 papers will be there. Okay, but the question asked in, see, agriculture sector population, then rural sectors, rural population. Okay, so they have said that we are going to ask the question from this particular area only. Okay, so if you are concentrating on economic survey, okay, I will say what, how to study the economic survey in the last segment of this session. Okay, so no need to study the whole portion of economic survey, whole pages of economic survey, just concentrate on the what NABARD has said. Okay, concentrate on agriculture and rural sector alone in economic survey. Okay, so if you take the 6 years previous year question paper or 8 years previous year question paper, out of this particular topic NABARD has not gone out of the box. Okay, so NABARD is a fixed paper, you should know that. Questions will be tricky. Okay, it's a time consuming, it's a pressurized paper, sometime will be there. Okay, but they won't go out of the topic. Okay, out of the syllabus topics. Okay, see, in the poverty questions also has been asked in this particular year. Okay, but the poverty question asked in the May of report based, index based question has been asked. National multidimensional poverty index, they asked the rank of India's rank. Okay, so, then MSME they asked. Okay, share in Indian manufacturing sectors. Okay, what is the share of MSME sectors? Okay, then nature of Indian economy. So they given a four options and they asked which and all options comes under the category of service sector. Okay, one of the easiest question asked in 2024 phase 1 examination. Okay, we will see the 2023 examination. See, the question topic has not changed. See, CPI, inflation question has been done. But in this question paper they asked about CPI in the statement based question. Okay, still there are static part has been asked. Okay, whether goods and service or both are applied for the CPI, like this question are asked in this particular inflation topic. Okay, then see, the population has been, question has not been changed. See, the question asked from economic survey, still they try to bring the population question. Okay, see, population percentage, rural area population depend upon for livelihood. So they are not going out of the box itself. Okay, just read, if you're reading economic survey, just fix your time to read what are the topics NABARD asked to study alone. Okay, no need to read the whole economic survey and waste your time. Okay, then National Commission for Population Report. Before itself, I explained this is a current affairs question as asked in 2023. Okay, because this was a topic has been there in 2 months before the examinations of phase 1. Okay, then there was a bank reform question has been asked. See, RBS bank reform on 4-tier framework for RRBs. Okay, then PSL target. Okay, so they this and all the fixed topics, they won't go out of this particular topics. Okay, if you take 6 years or 10 years back NABARD question paper also, still you can take the topics from this particular 5 or 6 topics. Okay, the primary topic you need to cover is under development, inflation, banking reform, and MSME, PSL sector, and the secondary topic you need to cover is the globalizations. Okay, then index question has been asked. They didn't go out of the syllabus also. So industry question, index of industrial production sectors included as. Okay, this is also one of the easiest question they asked. Okay, if we know the what are the sectors has been included in IAP means you can answer easily. Okay, then in 2024 they asked about the Indian economy policy rate. Okay, so it was pretty. It is not tricky question, but you need to know all the policy rate which is given by Reserve Bank of India. Okay, before in 2029 one time they asked about the policy rate, okay, repo rate alone, okay. But in this question paper, they asked a repo rate question, has been asked, SDF asked, and bank rate also asked, okay. So if you need to ready, this is the like little bit changed, little bit change of question asking only asking. It's not the total pattern has changed, okay. Then see here also the MSc topic has been fixed. So see annual procurement limit by public procurement policy. Okay, what is the ST and SC's annual procurement limit? Okay, you need to know. Okay, so if you're reading MSME, this is the one of the percentage you should know. Okay, you cannot skip this particular limit. Okay, then PSL shortfall. So we have before 2023 asked about the PSL target. Now in 2024 the topic has not been changed. PSL target here they asked about the PSL shortfall targets. Okay, so the question has been in the PSL shortfall, where will the amount will be deposited? Okay, RIDF will be deposited. Okay, one of the easiest question asked in 2024. Okay, but the little bit change happened in 2024 phase 1 examination. Okay, always the union budget as well as economic surveys consist of, out of this 10 questions, so ESI consists of 40 questions. Okay, so out of 40 questions, 10 questions will be on economic part. Okay, out of this 10 questions, around 2 to 3 questions will be on union budget as well as economic survey questions will be there. Okay, but in 2024 the pattern little bit changed and they asked around 5 questions from union budget. Okay, direct questions from union budget. Okay, 5 questions are going. First question is population. Still the population question they didn't release. So population is the one of the very like lovable topic for NABARD examinations. Okay, so you need to ready. Okay, population topic concept PDF can be read within 45 minutes. Okay, that very less. Okay, population policies and population report. Okay, if you revise it regularly, no need to worry about this population topic at all. Okay, then the budget limit for Namami Ganga has been asked, and the Space Economy Venture Capital Fund has been asked, and the Purvodaya scheme also asked in this particular 2024 examinations. Okay, then we jump into the phase 2. Okay, see in 2021 also they asked in the union budget the fiscal deficit. Okay, the nature of Indian economy they asked. Okay, then they asked about the tax limit. Okay, in 2021 phase 1, and then in 2022 phase 1 the union budget asked is the total net direct tax collections. Okay, these are the direct questions is taken from union budget only. So you need to remember, while studying the economic part, you need to study the first primary topic, 5 primary topic which I told. Okay, then you need to concentrate on union budget. You cannot skip union budget, and you cannot skip economic survey. Okay, economic survey, the most important first chapter you need to cover is the agriculture topic chapter. Okay, so these are the 3 important these are the 7 important topics. Okay, so if you cover the 7 important topics, you can score easily 10 marks in ESI paper. Okay, I'm not included any schemes. Okay, scheme is different. Okay, always scheme will be around 10 questions will be 10 plus questions will be there. Okay, like Ministry of Development schemes will be there, Ministry of Health schemes will be there, and Ministry of Agriculture schemes will be there. Okay, so I'm neglecting the all schemes. I'm saying that you can score 10 marks in this ESI paper. Okay, sorry, economic paper. Okay, so like you need to know how to score the marks. Okay, no need to mug up all the things and wasting your time. Okay, the if you study a particular article, you need to know this article is going to help me in getting mark in this particular phase 1 examination or phase 2 examination. Okay, so you should know whether this particular article going to help me in NABARD, either this article is related to our NABARD syllabus or not. Okay, so the phase 2 we will jump into phase 2 topic. Okay, so in phase 2 they asked us RBI is regulating control over cooperative banks. Okay, still the topic is bank reform topic only that there. Okay, bank reform topics. Then in phase 2 of 2022 the question has been LPG reform has been asked. Okay, so it is one of the various easiest question. One more question has been asked in 2021. Okay, but here the one of the easiest question, economic survey has been asked. The about this agriculture sector. Directly they asked from chapter 9. Always the chapter 9 will be the agriculture and food management chapters. Okay, so the direct question asked GV of agriculture sector as well as food management question has been asked. Okay, so in 2023 they didn't they also asked from union budget outlay budget for agriculture. Okay, so the direct question has been asked. Okay, so in 2024 phase 2 little bit GVA in agriculture asked. See, they didn't jump. GVA in agriculture asked in 2020 or 2022 also the same question asked in 2024 also, but the year has changed. Here the financial year of 2022 asked, here the financial year of 2024 has been asked. Okay, so you should know the previous year, reading the previous year is not about burden for you. Okay, it gives the idea how the question has been asked in NABARD. Okay, so take your time to revise the previous year question paper. Okay, because it helps the way you study itself. Okay, it will change the way you study itself. Okay, then the industrial topic, new industrial development scheme. Okay, in 2023 itself in phase 1 they asked about the industrial topic. Okay, so they taken the same topic and asked in industrial development scheme asked in union budget. Okay, so these are the objective question asked in phase 1 as well as phase 2 question paper. Okay, now we will jump into the phase 2 descriptive part. Okay, so see, before itself I explained the question, most of the time the question stands for this descriptive question is globalization and institutional credit and financial inclusions. Okay, these three topics are the most important topics and they are revolving around these three topics only in last 4 years. See how WTO agreement has have dual effects on Indian economy. Globalization question has been asked. See, and phase 2 of 2022, how globalization has benefited Indian economy has been asked. Okay, then in 2023 is that they non-institutional, so the credit. Okay, they asked. Okay, then economic reforms they asked, change the fate of Indian economy asked in 2022. 2023 they stick to financial inclusive society in boom for economy. Okay, and there is a challenges also asked, what are the some challenges to financial inclusion in India. Okay, then they asked stick to the institutional credit also. Okay, still they didn't go out of this particular syllabus. Okay, for me, like if you take time and sit for descriptive questions, take if you are taking take one week time. Okay, read the syllabus thoroughly and make a Q&A section for each and every topic. Okay, so it will be around for ESI economic section alone you will get around 30 questions, top 30 questions. Okay, write, sit and write answers, for type the answers in your computer. Okay, so revise that particular answers daily or weekly. Okay, so the revised points won't get forgotten on the examination time. Okay, so you no need to think on the examination hall and thinking of to write about the institutional credit. Okay, so this and all the fixed static topics they are going to ask. Okay, so cover the institutional credit as a mind map. Okay, so what need to be right if the institutional credit question has been asked. Okay, so what need to be right in globe if the question has been in globalization question has been asked. Okay, like this you need to make your mind map for each and every topics for important topics of economic sections. Okay, so last year question paper, see 2024 still they didn't go out of financial inclusion. So India has been seen as a financial inclusion transformation from 2014 to 2024. What are key government initiatives and outcomes of these efforts? Okay, and still they didn't go out of institutional credit also. See, what is the institutional rural credit framework in India, what are the measures have been taken by government to improve rural credit access. Okay, so like always about descriptive question will be always there will be like any unpredictable questions won't be there in descriptive patterns. Okay, so always if you read and write the previous year question paper itself, you must know you must gather a lot of points to write a question answer. Okay, so always revise the previous year question papers. Okay, so these are the previous year question papers we have seen phase 1 of 2022, 2021 and 2022, 2022, 2024 we have seen, and the phase 2 we have seen, and the descriptive question also we have seen. Okay, now we will see about this particular how we need to study the economic survey. Okay, how to study this particular economic survey. Okay, see before itself I explained in economic survey no need to read all the 400 pages. Okay, just concentrate on the topic, focus on the topic on agriculture as well as rural sectors. Okay, so chapter 9 discuss about the agriculture and food management sector of future. Okay, so here itself they gave, see India's agriculture sector has grown at an average of around 5% annually from financial year of 2023 17 to 2023. Okay, directly this question statements can be asked in phase 1 examination or phase 2 examination. Okay, they can ask what is the average rate growth. Okay, so you should know the average rate growth is 5%. Okay, Like this only questions can will be framed. Okay, so see, India produced 11 percentage, approximately 12 percentage of world cereals. Okay, but crop yields are much lower than other top producers. Okay, like this particular topic has covered the 360 holistically the agriculture and food management types. Okay. Then in this particular topic, they talks about the irrigations, okay, rainfall and irrigation. So here it's given, so the coverage for irrigation coverage has been increased from 49 percentage to 50 percentage, okay. So like this, they will directly ask the statement based questions, okay. Here see the differentiation between canals, tanks, and total net irrigated areas they've been asked, okay. So the main and foremost topic here you need to study is, see here it's a given, the most important micro irrigation fund you need to study, because in the economic survey itself given, the micro irrigation fund provides the 2% interest subsidy, okay. So each and every point which is given on chapter 9 is very much important, okay. They can ask anywhere. In phase 1 they can ask, in phase 2 they can ask. If they didn't ask in these two phases, they can ask in phase 3 interview, okay. Interview panel they can ask, okay. Discuss about the micro irrigation funds, okay. If we read before itself, okay, no need to worry about in any time of phases, okay. Then we'll discuss about the topic of agriculture credit, the one of the most important topic, okay. See the differentiation here itself given, the share of institutional credit as well as share of non-institutional credit, okay. So the decrease from 90 percentage to it has reduced to 25 percentage, okay. One of the best quote you can give it in phase 2 examinations, okay. The see the non-institutional credit source from 90% in 1950 to around 25% has been reduced, okay. This like this you can quote data, okay, in phase 2 examination. This will fetch you more marks, okay. And the best case study also given in economic survey also, okay. So reading economic survey gives lot of points to write your descriptive answer. That's so only we are saying repeatedly to read economic survey, okay. See the best case study has been given for innovative way of land leasing, okay. So the best case study is for case study in Kerala, okay. So they done as self-help groups lease land for horticulture cultivation has done, okay. So these are the best case study you can quote in your descriptive examination, okay. Like this only you need to cover your economic survey part, okay. So I think we have covered all the portions, okay. So the primary point you to remember is you need to cover the underdevelopment topic, poverty topic, and employment topic in underdevelopment, and you need to cover inflation topic, and you need to cover the population topic as well as the current affairs based population topic also you need to cover. Then you need to cover the foremost two important thing you need to cover. One is union budget you need to cover, and you need to know the budget limit which is set for agriculture, and each and every schemes you need to know. And second thing is you need to know about the economic surveys chapter 9, okay. Without reading economic survey chapter 9, please don't go for NABARD 2025 examination, okay, because this chapter is very much important for phase 1 as well as phase 2 exam, okay. So I'll stop this session, okay. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you for your time, giving your time. Thank you guys.